Hello hackers, Merry Christmas, Day 11, Memory Forensics of the tryhackme Advent of Cyber 2022. So today we're back to a bit of blue teaming, so we're looking at memory forensics. So let's get straight into it. The elves in Santa's Security Operations Centre are hard at work checking their monitoring dashboards when Elf McDave, one of the workshop employees, knocks on the door. The elf says, "I've just clicked on something and now my workstation is behaving in all kinds of weird ways. Can you take a look?" Elf McSkiddy tasks you, Elf McBlue, to investigate the workstation. Running down to the workshop floor, you see a command prompt running some code. "Uh-oh, this is not good." You immediately create a memory dump of the workstation and place this dump onto your employee-issued USB stick, returning to the SSOC for further analysis. You plug the USB into your workstation and begin the investigation. Okay, so first off, what is memory forensics? As always, I'm not going to read everything in great detail because people want to make their own notes and move through things at their own pace. But obviously it is important to get a clear understanding of what today's about, what this task is about, and what we're going to do. So memory forensics is the analysis of the volatile memory that is in use when a computer is powered on. Computers use dedicated storage devices called random access memory, also known as RAM, to remember what is being performed on the computer at the time. RAM is extremely quick and is the preferred method of storing and accessing data. However, it is limited compared to storage devices such as hard drives. This type of data is volatile because it will be deleted when the computer is powered off. RAM stores data such as your clipboard or unsaved files. We can analyse a computer's memory to see what applications or processes, what network connections were being made, and many more useful pieces of information. For example, we can analyse the memory of a computer infected with malware to see what the malware was doing at the time. Alright, so that's what it is. Memory forensics, why is it useful? Because it's, again, when we're trying to, as it just says there, for example, we can analyse the memory of a computer infected with malware to see what the malware was doing at the time. So that, fundamentally that's one of the most important things for memory forensics, is to allow us to see what's going on with any malware on there, what's causing it, how it's running, what it's accessing and what it's doing at the time. So a memory dump is a full capture of what was happening on the computer at the time. For example, network connections or things running in the background. Most of the time malicious code attempts to hide from the user, however it cannot hide from the memory. We can use this capture of the memory for analysis at a later date, especially as the memory on the computer will eventually be lost. If, for example, we power off the computer to prevent malware from spreading, by analysing the memory we can discover exactly what the malware was doing, who it was contacting and such forth. Okay, we're also going to cover some processes. So here we're going to see what processes are, how they start, what actually is a process. So opening up an application is a process. On Windows, this is normally done through Task Manager. So again, Control-Alt-Delete, click on Task Manager, and that will get us up and running. So again, here you can see the user processes. So these are applications that have been opened for the user to use. Background processes are processes run by the operating system. Alright, so now we're going to introduce Volatility. So Volatility is an open source memory forensics toolkit written in Python. Volatility allows us to analyse memory dumps taken from Windows, Linux and Mac OS devices, and is an extremely popular tool in memory forensics. For example, Volatility allows us to list all processes that were running on the device at the time of the capture, list active and closed network connections, use Yara rules to search for indicators of malware, retrieve hashed passwords, clipboard contents and contents of the command prompt, and much more. Installed can be run using. So let's get straight on. Let's open it up. Let's have a look. We know it's Python because it ends in py. Can't open no such file or directory. It's always a good start. So Python3 volume.py. So are they not? Today's task will cover Volatility3, which was initially released, calling Volatility 2. Have they installed it in here? What we want to analyse, what uses the plugins. Yeah, so why? Where's it gone? So it is showing it on there. Let's see what files we've got in there. Vol.py. So that was all. So just got to make sure I was in the Python3. Now we should be up and running. Right. So yeah. Again, we're just running in the right directory. We're trying to run it from root, and obviously we needed to be in the Volatility3 file. As with everything, if we use TACH, that will give us our help page of all the different things and scans that we can look to run and do. Alright, so today's task will cover Volatility3, which was initially released in 2020 to replace the deprecated Volatility 2. A few arguments to run. Calling Volatility, we've done that. Any options such as an allocation of the memory dump. So common options and examples you may wish to provide. This argument is where you provide the name and location of the memory dump that you wish to analyse. So let's go back up to here. So that will be this one here. Let's have a quick look in workstation.vm. So if we go there, change that to F, then we're already in the right place. So we can just go workstation.vmem, see what we get. Please select a plugin to run. Is it on the right? Yeah, vmem. We'll try that once more. So this is the first time I've ever used it, so we're all first let's use okay, so that's why. So that's the plugin. So where we've hit M, these are all classed as the plugins. So first let's put that in there. So we're halfway there. Windows.info. There we are. So now we're starting to scan. So first let's use image info plugin to analyse our memory dump file to determine the operating system. To do this, we need to use the following command to include our memory dump by using the F option. So again, this can take a couple of minutes. depending on the size of it and the hardware scanning. Great. So here we can see it's confirming Windows. With this information, we now know we need to use the Windows subset of plugins with Volatility. The plugins that are going to be used in today's task are detailed in the table below. So processes, showing these plugins in use. Right. Okay, so first things first. What is the Windows version number that the memory image captured? So we're scanning it, so rather than waiting, let's see if we can find the Windows number. 10, major operating system is 10. Question 2, what is the name of the binary gift that Secret Santa left? So we've done that one there, we've gone through the C windows, dump files, it's not really possible plugins. So what is the name of the binary or gift that Secret Santa left? What's a hint? You may wish to use for this process. So now we're on to using the list. Aha. So again it's workstation and we had that little bit of tag on at the end there. This plugin lists, so we're going to use this one now, PSList. This plugin lists all of the processes that were running on at the time of capture. To discover the processes we're running, to discover what processes were running on the system. Second one, Windows PS Scan allows us to analyse a specific process further to discover what specific process was actually doing. So we're going to look at processes but running. Again, discovering it what it was actually doing. So we're going to find out what was running, what it was doing. Dump files. This plugin allows us to export the process where we can perform further analysis. So that's our dump file. This plugin is all network connections. So we're going to go through some of the network connections. So there we have our volatility, and that's where we found it was number 10. Alright, so now we're going to move on. We're going to use the Windows PSList as we've just done. So again it's Python3 bold.py f workstation.virtual windows.pslist Volatility framework. So there's going to be a lot of searching in this one, going through the progresses. So now we are looking for the file that Santa has left. And we'll just have a quick look at exactly what is the name of the binary or gift that Secret Santa left. Let's have a quick link through, see if there's anything you can see that jumps out. So this might be then most used. So it's going to be in here. So what we're probably going to need to try and do is, we know it ends in .exe. So it's one of these files, but what we probably want to try and do now is, luckily there's not too many, so we'll see if we don't find it that we will maybe do a search for some stuff that we are looking for. Security, healthy and tools, Skype background, runtime broker, smart screen, runtime broker. So let's see if there's any further information here. Using crop for brevity. Right, so yeah, so these ones down here indicate the file name. You need to deploy the machine attached to this one. There is a mysterygift.exe. Alright, so it takes a bit of time, it's down at the bottom, but again, this is where it's important. What we can do, again, is hit the button here, we can view it in full screen, which will then make life a little easier if it loads, because that then just hopefully puts everything out on a on a better page for us, so that we can see and make it clear rather than duped up on one small page. So what is the process number of this binary? So again, rather than scrolling through, PSList, so the PID there, 2040. Because these numbers here are our ID. Dump the contents of this binary, how many files are dumped. So now we are going to dump files. The PS Scan. Python3 and Volatility3. So let's have a quick recap on dump files. This plugin allows us to export the process where we can perform further analysis. To export a specific binary that allows us further to analyse it through static and dynamic analysis. Windows PS Scan, so dump files. Error dumping file, error dumping file. Remember, once it's been through and done it all, so we've got a lot here where it's saying error dumping file. Dump files. see what we get when we get to the bottom. Still dumping file. So here's our progress 100p. So what we need to do is put the process in there. So if we go back up to here, up to our right, so again this is, so let's say learning to use this ourselves. Let's just stop that for a minute. Right, we are looking for 404640. Right, let's just go back and print that list off again. PPID 464. Yeah, winstore.app 4640. Let's try Python3 Volatility. Just go for a little bit further of a more in-depth scan, see what we can come up with. Because when I did the dump files, I didn't specify a PID. So what we're looking for is 4640. I want to try and find out what that one is. There, 4640 winstore.app.e. What have we got here? So now all the way to the bottom, wait for that to finish. What was if we we now look to be going through and dumping files. So is there an option here? This plugin allows us to export the process working. So we've exported a specific binary, which is there. This is sorry. Right, let's go again. Let's clear all of this. Figure it out. So what we're looking for is we are looking for the binary of we don't want that one there, we want 2040. Because we know that the binary for that one there is 2040. We are now dumping the files. I was dumping the files as something different. That's for a previous machine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Boom, there we are. So I think this is definitely a room we need to go into in a bit further. It has given us the introduction to Volatility3, the Python script. It's obviously a powerful tool, but again, at the minute, doesn't mean an awful lot to us because we don't know 100% of everything that we're sort of looking at. Just want to give it a quick try on the end here. Workstation windows.netstat. Just while we're here, let's have a look, see what connections are being made. We can use this IP to so here Volatility was able to not a lot more on there. Alright, but again, another introduction into a useful tool that definitely need to get the grips with. A lot of information. Again, a bit more blue team in this one. Trying to be aware of what processes are on there, what's happening, what we can see on the network and on these computers, and what they've all been up to. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you found this useful and helpful to complete the task. As always, please hit like and share. I really do appreciate your likes. It helps me with the YouTube. It lets me know that you're enjoying the content, and we look forward to seeing you for day 12, malware analysis.